In 2014, 28,000 people died of overdoses involving opioids.
I was in contact with those people. They became my friends, my family.
An average of 120 deaths occur each day.
We don't have adequate detox or drug treatment, and for people that are out here, and I see them regularly who would really like to change their lives.
I was around it, you know. Everybody else was doing it. They hand the plate to me, I tell them no thanks, and they look at me strangely like, huh, no, what, you don't want good?
Many people dealing with the association of drug use can feel often pressured and convinced of normalcy.
They use it the same way people go to a bar and have a drink.
There aren't adequate resources, so for people who have been, IV drug users and want to go through Hep C treatment, for example, they can't be using substances. They have to be in a program and get stable, and they can't do it when they're living out here.
It's entertainment, it's recreation. Some people don't want to do it, and some people do.
In the past few years, the United States has seen a vast increase in opioid abuse and drug overdose. With lethal car accidents and deadly gunshot injuries, drug overdose is now at number 1 in accidental deaths in the U.S. Many solutions have been brought to the table, but the stigma inflicted on addicts and the lack of support programs makes it almost impossible. Public Health at the Community Wellness Center provides tools for everyday people to help prevent terminal overdoses.
So the first thing you want to do is figure out if someone has overdosed and if they're able to wake up. You would yell their name, you would take your knuckles and rub their sternum hard. If they don't wake up from that, there's a good chance they may have overdosed.
Allison teaches people how to use naloxone, also known by its brand name, Narcan. Narcan acts as an opioid antagonist used for overdose reversal. Allison imparts the signs and symptoms and how to use the nasal tool,
which you would put the plunger up their nose, depress it, and then administer rescue breathing for about 2 to 4 minutes. Hopefully they'll wake up by that point, and if they haven't, you give them the second dose.
Each Narcan carton conceals 2 doses, both with 0.4 to 4 milligrams per use.
We distribute it a few different places. One is through a syringe exchange program, and so that's people who are coming to access that service. We really try and reach a range of people.
Public Health, like other local programs, are not actively seeking out a one-fits-all treatment, but rather alternate solutions. Arcada, a city 11 minutes north of Eureka, is also prone to having a high number of drug users. The Arcada Police Department receives calls frequently regarding overdoses, whether that being IV drug use or capsule overdoses.
We deal with drug use on a fairly regular basis. Alcohol and drug use are both fairly common.
Officer Lozzi says that the police department is normally called first and responds accordingly.
When it comes to first responders like police officers are generally first on scene for emergencies like that.
The police department receives trainings on how to dispense the naloxone tool.
We receive training from the Department of Health and Human Services to administer the naloxone. It comes in a specified dosage. The naloxone corrects that situation, that opiate overdose, which would eventually lead to a depressed respiratory situation.
Local support groups are lending a hand to those in need with encouragement in classes to recovery.